Please take your seats quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Hi guys, and welcome to oneminutetennis.com. In today's session, I want to talk to you about the one-handed backhand, and I want to show you how you can get real power in your stroke and yet still retain control. Now, for most of the people watching this, when playing in matches, the forehand will be the aggressive stroke and the backhand will be the sort of let's just not miss and get it over, keep the ball in play stroke. Often players will slice much more in matches than they do in practice. But today I want to show you how to get real power into your stroke and then how to control it. And to do this, I'm going to show you two different movements. The first one is that we want to hammer the stroke. You see, a lot of people push through the backhand like so, and the movement should be a strong and powerful motion. And that means that we're going to power the stroke from the big muscles of the arm and the body, not from the little muscles. And to get the feel of this, let's find a feeling and compare it to a movement that everybody watching this video will have done. I want you to think about hammering a nail or something. So if the racket was a hammer, then I wouldn't use the hammer from the wrist like this. I would use it with the whole arm. This is a hammering motion. And it's the same when we play the backhand. Many players are playing the backhand from the wrist here. But we want to play the stroke from the whole body, just like hammering a nail. So to begin with, to get the feel, let's take that same hammering motion, and we'd always hammer with the shape like this. This feels totally unnatural. We hammer with that angle. So now let's place the racket on the same angle and simply imagine that I'm hammering a nail somewhere around about here. And now make the same movement but change the grip. So now I'm hammering the nail but with the backhand grip. And now go through the full stroke and hammer the nail. And go through the full stroke and hammer the nail. And by bringing the feeling of this hammer motion here into the stroke, it suddenly becomes totally unnatural to swing from the wrist or the elbow. I start to swing from the full body. And now I have power, but I don't have control. Because when the players get the feeling of this, the problem is that they rotate too much and too early. The big problem is too early. We see the pros on TV making the stroke and often finishing out here, but until the racket has traveled a long way past contact, they're still in a sideways and linear position. But if I add this hammering motion to my backhand, then the tendency to rotate early is very strong. So the second movement to practice is to simply make sure that you push the left knee and point the left knee to the direction that you want the ball to go. Let me show you what I mean. I go into the stroke, I'm going to hammer the ball, and I point my knee to the direction I want the ball to go. Once again, I go into the stroke, I point the knee, and now my rotation is significantly delayed. So again, point and hammer. The two happen pretty much together. Hammer and point. And by pointing the knee in the direction that I want the ball to go, I retain the control because the racket is traveling through the path of the ball until long after contact. I'm not losing the power of the stroke by artificially ending. See, that's another way of doing it. But if I stop here, then I began to slow down here and I lost the power and the fluidity of the stroke. So the stroke still now makes its complete movement and its complete swing path, but through contact, I have a linear motion. So to really get power into your backhand, find this hammer motion, find the hammer movement, go through these little progressions, and then make the hammer motion pointing the knee to the target, and you will have power and control in your one-handed backhand. I hope this makes sense. I'd love to know how it works for you, and please give me feedback. You know, I try to reply to every single comment. To practice this, have a look at our partners, playyourcourt.com. They find practice partners and other players of your level in your local area and put you together, or they send professional tennis coaches to your local court. There's a big discount off their membership if you click the link in the comments section below. And if you like these precise and unique ways of teaching the game, then have a look at what online coaching can do for you. We're helping players of all ages, all levels, and all over the world with a unique online coaching system. For more information, email us or have a look at the website below. But to hammer your backhand, make sure that you find this hammer motion and then combine it and blend it with pointing the knee at the target you want, and you will have an aggressive, powerful backhand, and the days of defensive weak slices will disappear forever. Thanks for watching. See you next time for more unique tennis lessons that really work.